Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon, and I am not doing this one with Geeky Sparkles. She's actually helping Mama Sparkles with her Christmas orders, so I'm going to be doing this one solo. But I wanted to dip back in on HBO Max and the situation with movie theaters right now. Reportedly, HBO Max is going to be adding advertisements to their service next year. This is on top of charging $15 a month compared to other streaming services that don't cost quite as much, except for Netflix. They're creeping up there now, right? But HBO Max is being called a failure by many in the movie industry. Now, is it actually a failure, or is it a failure because a lot of directors and actors and folks in Hollywood are not happy about the decision to put the entire slate of Warner Brothers movies in 2021 on HBO Max? There's a lot going on here, but Jason Kilar has become a villain, according to the media. It was his decision to streamline WarnerMedia into an HBO Max machine, and HBO Max does not seem to be performing as well as people would have hoped. And, there's concern about the theater industry. AMC is reportedly going to run out of money by January. I mean, this is kind of crazy. So we're going to talk about that, just do an update on WarnerMedia and HBO Max. Before we get into it, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We're, oh my gosh, 160,000 subs. Thank you for the support. And check out our pin pre-order. It's shopclownfish.com. I will put a link in the comments section. You've only got 6 days. 6 days to get these pins, and when they're gone, they're probably gone. I don't know how many we're going to have after they fulfill, but it is kind of a mini crowdfunder, so check that out. So let's talk about Jason Kilar and HBO Max, and he was hired earlier in the year. Now, Kilar came from Hulu. He was actually one of the founders of Hulu. And, Hulu was founded in 2007, which is quite a difference from the streaming landscape as we know it now, or the streaming wasteland, or whatever you want to call it. But the New York Times is actually calling him a villain to Hollywood because they're dumping all of the 2021 movies onto HBO Max. We've got Judd Apatow. And you can see the headlines out there. A lot of directors are very salty. I know we did a video on the director of Dune being very, very upset about Dune being dumped on the HBO Max. And you probably can kiss any chance of there being a Dune sequel goodbye because of it, because they're not going to make enough money to justify the $200-300 million that this movie cost, whatever it was. Matrix 4 is getting dumped on there as well. Suicide Squad. All of these big tentpole movies that some of them might have actually made Warner quite a bit of money. However, the pandemic happened and movie theaters are shut down. So I can see both sides of this. In Warner's case, they've got these movies they're sitting on that they have to do something with. They could wait until next year and hope that movie theaters are around and release them then and just wait on the pandemic to end. But they've also got the streaming service they're trying to get off the ground, and there's no guarantee that movie theaters are going to be around. Let's talk about that first and what probably prompted the decision that the movie theaters may fully deplete their cash by January. AMC Theatres. We know they're not in a very good place. We don't know who's going to be left. I know here in Pennsylvania, theaters were open for a while, and then just as of, I think, last week, movie theaters have been shut down again. And when they were open, they were playing older movies. Now, it could be argued that Warner and Disney and all these other companies could have absolutely thrown theaters a bone and released the big movies. We saw it happen with Tenet. Didn't break $1 billion or anything, but still made a couple $100 million. That's better than nothing. And it did help movie theaters somewhat. But, it does feel like Warner and Disney especially are just giving up on theaters. Universal inked a deal that's a little more favorable, but this isn't good, guys. AMC might run out of money by January. They could be drained of all cash by January 2021 and won't survive the pandemic without $750 million in liquidity. I don't know if that's going to happen. The cinema chain explained it had completed a debt offering of $100 million from the Mudrick Capital Management investment firm. This is coming from CBR, after having already deferred more than $400 million of rent commitments to 2021. Almost all the theaters around us are AMC, and they might not make it past the pandemic. Who knows? Executives estimated that the company will require at least $750 million in additional liquidity to survive the ongoing coronavirus pandemic. AMC added that the delay of multiple blockbuster releases this year, as well as the decision for these films to be released simultaneously on streaming services, has caused major roadblocks. Yeah, people aren't going to go see a movie in the theater if they can watch it as part of their subscription. Now, Disney's upcharging, but Warner, they're so desperate to get people to subscribe to HBO Max, they're like sacrificing all of these movies to it. These challenges have been exacerbated by the announcement by Warner Brothers that its entire studio film slate for 2021 will move to simultaneous release, which may result in other studios adopting a similar strategy. Yeah, they're going to. For sure. Disney's already talking about it. They are going to upcharge, however, but again, Warner's just going to dump that stuff on Max. Now there's talk that there are going to be ads on HBO Max. This is kind of crazy. This is coming from We Got This Covered. It doesn't surprise me at all. We've said before, like, as streaming replaces traditional cable television and satellite, they're going to make as much money as they possibly can make. I don't know if this is going to be an ad or an ad-free version versus an advertisement version, kind of like they do with Hulu or what. But yeah, according to We Got This Covered, HBO Max isn't doing so hot. They said it launched 6 months ago and has reportedly gained over 12 million subs, which is decent for a fledgling streaming service, but hardly spectacular. Disney Plus supposedly rocketed past 83 million paying customers in the first year and repaid that faith in the audience by almost instantly announcing a price hike. Yeah, they did. They were like, yep, we're going to jack up the price. We knew that was coming. So there was also furor over the bonuses that Gal Gadot and Patty Jenkins got. They got $10 million to say nice things about HBO Max because they were trashing Warner's decisions. They were like, why are you holding Wonder Woman hostage? Nobody should hold Wonder Woman hostage, right? And they got paid off. But the director of Dune did not get paid off. Other directors did not get paid off. Will Smith and Keanu Reeves weren't even told about the release plan. Apparently, the latest twist is that WarnerMedia CEO John Stankey is reportedly, Mr. Stankey, is reportedly pushing the idea of HBO Max using ads to drive up revenue, something that won't go down well with a subscriber base, especially as it goes against the established HBO model. Right, HBO Max already costs more than most of the other streaming services, and there's not a whole lot of content on there. I like it. We've been watching a lot of HBO Max programming. We're big, old school Cartoon Network fans. They have Adult Swim on there. They've got, Ghibli on there. Some of the original shows are good. I like his Dark Materials. Squid King likes Raised by Wolves. So it's worth paying for us. It's worth paying for. But yeah, if you're going to throw ads on there too, I don't know, man. But they're probably looking at Hulu. Hulu with live TV and ads is like $65, $70 a month now. It's ridiculous. So Netflix has made it clear they have no intention of running ads and they're doing just fine. But the report goes on to say that the executives at Warner are looking at 4 minutes of advertising per hour, which means that technically you could be watching Godzilla vs. Kong and have the action broken up by someone trying to sell you on various products just as the kaiju are about to throw down. So it's basically just network TV all over again, guys. The star of Dune, I don't even know how to pronounce his name, Timothée Chalamet, is that right? Took a jab at Warner Brothers during the outro on SNL. I mean, everybody is dogpiling on Warner at this point. Jason Momoa and Josh Brolin were showing support for the director of Dune. They're like, this is trash. So it's become very divisive right now. But this is going to be, unfortunately, the new normal, guys. This is what everything is going to go to. It's going to be streaming. And a lot of movies and divisions at Warner are going to be sacrificed. Of course, we know what happened to Crunchyroll. Crunchyroll got sold off. It wasn't part of the core business asset. We know what happened to DC Comics. They gutted DC Comics not once but twice, and they're going to continue to gut DC Comics probably. What's going to be left? I don't know. I have to wonder if HBO Max bombs, what happens? What happens to WarnerMedia if HBO Max does not pick up momentum? Do they just pack it up? Do they say, well, all the Warner stuff is for sale now? If Apple or Microsoft or whoever wants it, Netflix wants it, what are they going to do? 12 million subs isn't going to pay for all of these multi-million-dollar movies, is it? So pretty interesting to watch it. This is definitely reshaping Hollywood, and things are never going to be the same. We've been telling you for months, things will never be the same in Hollywood. And I think a lot of these celebrity types are going to have to learn to get by on less, because I think there's going to be less to go around. Going to wrap it up. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, and we'll talk later.